Now, one of my inspirational quotes. From the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden.
You know, I think I've found a new way to prepare rad roach meat. Still tastes like old feet, though. Anyway, what's up with you?
It will be because we destroyed.
The second chapter is going to be a bit trickier, I think. It'll cover how to handle creatures out there, for better or worse. For example, repelling mole rats, learning about mirelurks, and when all else fails, how to handle being injured. So let's buckle down and get to work on this chapter. What's first? Mole rats can burrow into almost anything and cause a lot of trouble. So I figured I'd make a chemical repellent stick for people to shoo them off. But I need it to be tested before I put the recipe to paper in the guide. So I need you to find some mole rats and test it out a bit. It'll be easy. One tap with the applicator and it overwhelms their senses with a sort of feel-bad sensation. They're gone before you know it. You could test it out on just a few mole ratties. Oh, I can't wait to hear how the Oh, come on. You barely even left. I can't imagine you tested it on a reasonable number of subjects so quickly. It can't have been a good sample size.
President of America. President of your heart.
Is everyone from the vault as kind as you?
I'm President John Henry Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio. Voice of warmth and reason in this cold, unreasonable world. Greetings again, sweet America. This is President John Henry Eden, and I'd like to chat, if you've got a moment. I've been thinking quite a bit lately about something we can all relate to, something that is unquestionably, inescapably American. I am referring, of course, to our great national pastime, baseball. Or so it has been. That's right, America. Before we were devastated by atomic war, each state had its own professional baseball team. Imagine. Perfect, cloudless day. The sun is warm and welcoming. And on the horizon, they appear like knights of yore, armed with bats of ash and hickory. Their name, Capital Congressmen. Their purpose? To make you, dear America, revel in the joys of sport and sunshine, if only for an afternoon. Now, ask yourself this. What if the Capital Congressmen could live again? What if they could compete with baseball teams from Maryland? Put your faith in John Henry Eden, great America, and baseball will live again. Comfort, recreation, healthy competition, all will live again. This country will live again. And now, dearest America, we must say farewell. For there is much work to be done. The Enclave never rests. Until we meet again, this is President Eden signing off. No!
Who the hell are you? Never mind. You need a drink. Jerry, I'm thirsty over here. Ha ha! They're my party girls. I'm too much man for just one woman, so I need two. I wear them out every night. Why should they bother getting dressed when I'm just going to take it off? Hey, watch your language, clown shoes. I don't pay them. They take care of me, so I take care of them. We rub each other wrong all night long.
That's all right. It's time we discuss.
Help yourself, clown shoes. Grab one from the liquor cabinet. I never trust anyone without a drink in their hand. Of course, I never trust one that does either.
I know as to just how I came to be elected.
Sure, didn't I already tell you to?
Illustrious office. Or whether or not
Eating, drinking, farting, and screwing.
I must answer, of course.
Out here, nobody bothers me. I can do whatever I like to whoever I want.
Of course. Isn't the right to vote the very foundation of a democracy?
You need to drink more.
Interest of national security.
What you need? How about a drink? No? Suit yourself.
You understand. But rest assured, I am your president. Because the appropriate people of this great nation decided I should be. I am your duly elected representative. Of course, when the time comes, when my term's
I'm outta
up,
here.
America will be free to elect a new president. And that person will have our full faith and confidence and carry our collective values forward into the future. Democracy, dear America. Democracy, now and forever. We've got a part now, you and I. But don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this great nation. So you don't have to. Until next time, President. This is Enclave Radio with your host, me, President John Henry Eden. You're listening to Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eden, President of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart. This is President Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of America.
Oh, I can't wait to hear how the repellent's working. Just a few? Well, I'm sure it'll be good enough. So, how did my chemical repellent work? Safe and clean like a charm, I bet. Explosive, you say? That's kind of impressive, actually. In a horrible sort of way, at least. I guess it's back to the drawing board for that repellent. I wonder if I can make it into some sort of fuel. Anyway, I'll just take that. Oh, but for your trouble, here, have the leftover chems from working on the repellent. I'm sure you can find some use for them. There's a lot we don't know about Mirelurks and how intelligent and dangerous they are. That definitely deserves research. I hesitate to ask, but I'll need to examine the effects of serious physical trauma. I wouldn't ask if I couldn't fix you up afterwards, of course. And that should be it for the second chapter. Which do you want to check out? Mirelurks are a big threat in some areas, and knowing more about them can help people learn to avoid or even outsmart them. So I picked up this observer device to study them in their natural habitat. I need you to hide one in one of the spawning pods in their lairs.
I'm President John Henry Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio.
That's great. I recommend the nest at the Anchorage War Memorial. I knew a trader who talked about the Mirelurks down there. Just go inside and find one of their spawning pods, probably down near the water. Put this observer inside and get out quietly. And be sure not to kill any Mirelurks inside their nest. If you do, it could ruin the validity of the study.
one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eaton, straight to your heart. A coward is much more exposed to quarrels than a man of spirit. President Eaton. I'd like to have a chat. Let's talk about government, shall we? Or more specifically, your government, dear America. The Enclave. Just who is the Enclave? Why, now that's simple. The Enclave is you, America. The Enclave is your sister, your man, your friend, your neighbor. And well, yes, the Enclave is me as well. As your president, it is my responsibility to preside over our So, voice, I am the heart and soul of the Enclave. That is to say, I am the voice, heart, and soul of America. But only together. Together can we hope to reach our full potential. The way we were before the war. Whole,
Yes,
beautiful,
that's locked. And yes, I can see you
one
are.
Enclave, one America, now and forever. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn, and the Enclave will be its salvation. Till we meet again, this is John Henry Eden signing off.
So, are they intelligent? Do they have a leader? Some sort of king? Or priests? Or some sort of scaly community center? Oh no. You didn't rile them up, did you? Because I'm not getting a very good signal from the observer. I think they buried it in the mud. Oh. I really hope that was just mud. Anyway, you saw them, at least a bit? What are your observations about them? Easier to avoid them than to fight them, you mean? Sounds like a good idea. Shame it's apparently hard to do in their den. I wish we could have gotten more information, but this'll have to do for the book. Here's your pay. Maybe they'll help you be sneakier next time. Great! I never get to study anyone who's severely injured. Not without them crying to be fixed right away, trying to bleed out and all that. But obviously, you can handle a lot of abuse. So if I'm ever going to find a good example of human anatomy and injury resistance, it'd be you. Next time you get badly injured, return here so I can examine you before I heal you up. I mean, you're going to get yourself hurt anyway, right? Wow, what a great research assistant you are. I mean, really, that's dedication. Demonstrating how to withstand pain by getting injured? Wow. When you're ready, come back here with some serious injuries. Maybe a crippled limb or two, and I'll take notes and fix you up. I'll be waiting here with plenty of bandages for you. So don't worry. Just go get horribly injured. Oh, and be careful.
America the Magnificent. This is President Eaton, and I was hoping we could talk. We live in an age of poverty, greed, violence, destruction. Indeed, the very seat of the federal government, Washington, D.C., has been reduced to what is now known as the Capital Wasteland. The Capital Wasteland. How did it come to this, America? How did your leaders allow the most powerful nation on Earth to die? The answer is really quite simple. Incompetence. Incompetence at the highest echelons of power. We put our trust, our faith, in half-wits. Our intrepid leaders had everything they wanted. Power, wealth, prestige. And it made them lazy, America. Oh, yes, and laziness breeds stupidity. Rest assured, I will not make the mistakes of my predecessors. When John Henry Eden builds a country, he builds it to last. The American way. Don't you, my darling America, deserve that? Don't you deserve a future free of war and fear and terrible uncertainty? Of course you do. As President of the United States, you have my solemn pledge that I will never rest, until we have what we deserve. A place to truly call home. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn. The Enclave will be its salvation. Until next time, this is President Eden, signing off. My beautiful America. This is President Eden, and it's time we had a talk. Did you know there are those amongst us who would shatter our hopes for peace, order, and security? These radical malcontents care about you. They don't care about America. All they care about is fulfilling their own selfish desires. Let's take a tally of these agitators, shall we? There are, of course, the raiders, those anarchistic ruffians who roam the wastes, preying on any and all, stealing, murdering. The so-called Brotherhood of Steel. Don't be fooled by their pseudo-knightly nonsense or supposed connections to the United States Army. These power-armed Boy Scouts are nothing more than common criminals country's most important military installation, the Pentagon, as their own personal clubhouse. And don't be fooled, America. Those who have left the Brotherhood of Steel, branded outcasts, are just as dangerous, even more so, being in exile. And what about the slavers of Paradise Falls? The frighteningly irradiating ghouls of Underworld? And last but not least, the hideously mutated super mutants that have completely overrun the entire downtown DC area. Lawlessness, terror, murder. They're all around us. I know. But not for long, sweet America. Not for long. Oh, no. They will restore peace, order, and prosperity to this great nation. And those who oppose us will be removed forever. We've got apart now, you and I. But don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this great nation. So you don't have to. Until we meet again, this is President Eden signing off.
Till you startled me. You really mustn't creep up on people like that. That is precisely why this is the ideal place for my work. Do you realize you're trampling about in a delicately balanced and highly sensitive experimentation area? I've chosen this room as a temporary retreat from which to contemplate my erroneous figures for my experiments. It may be a bit dark and damp, but such annoyances will not stand in the way of science! My experiments are of a complex nature and would take a scientist to explain. Oh wait, I'm a scientist! How marvelous! My foray into reducing the girth of these insectoid creatures is of utmost importance. I intend to generationally reduce their immense stature by way of a pre-birth induced mutagen. Isn't that clever? My word, you understand perfectly. How marvelous! Well, I'm afraid I've made slight miscalculations in the mutagen. Instead of lowering their size, the brood hatched with a new biomechanism. I call their genetic aberration pyrosis, the ability to emit flame from their bodies. I may be able to correct this error, but I can't get near my equipment. Your knowledge of experimental procedure surprises me. Indeed, I have skipped a step and directly modified an entire brood. Perhaps I was too hasty. I was so certain it would work. To correct this mistake, I'll need to get to my terminal to modify the mutagen.
Of course, I was
Since you've offered, allow me to elaborate. My portable terminal is set up in the hatchery chamber near the Ant Queen. If I can reach it, I can continue to work on improving the mutagen.
Liberty to discuss the details of the election. You understand? But rest assured, I am.
If she were harmed in any way, months of data would be lost. Your objective would be to eliminate what I call her quintet of nest guardians. Filthy little abominations.
Of course, when the time comes, when my term is up, America will be free to elect a new president.
No, it should all wrap up rather nicely. I've rigged my equipment at my portable terminal to emit what I call an inhibitor pulse. Once I send this pulse, all of the remaining ants will lose their empathic link with the Queen and frenzy, destroying each other in the process. So, that's all there is to it. What do you say?
This country to greatness. All you need is a little patience.
You will? How marvelous!
Until we meet again.
Be careful, my friend. The nest guardians can be quite tenacious. Be ever vigilant. Those from the genus Solenopsis are not to be trifled with.
Orphan children of the Capital Wasteland with qualified, eligible adults. Build up the American family as it was meant to be. Values of our past shall be the foundation of our future. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn, and the Enclave will be its salvation. Until we meet again, this is your president, John Henry, signing off. inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden, straight to your heart. Courage and perseverance have a magical talisman, for which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish into the air.
I've detected some changes within the Queen's hatchery with my equipment. What's transpired? Oh, how marvelous. Please, tell me what happened. Then I will proceed to my portable terminal at once and make the necessary changes to the formula. Thanks very much for everything. You've been quite a useful lab assistant. How marvelous! Which injection did you want? Will it be the ant site or ant mite? Yes, what did you need? How marvelous! Ant site it is! Hold still, please.
only gonna ask you this one time. Give me the naughty nightwear. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now scram. Later.
This is President Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of America.
Yeah, just keep on walking.
You're listening to Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eden, President of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart. Sweet America, hello again. This is President. I'd like to have a check. We live in an age of poverty, greed, violence, destruction. Indeed, the very seat of the federal government, Washington, D.C., has been reduced to what is now known as the Capital Wasteland. The Capital Wasteland. How did it come to this? How did your leaders allow the most powerful nation on Earth to die? The answer is really quite simple. Incompetence. Incompetence at the highest echelons of power. We put our trust, our faith, in half-wits. Our intrepid leaders had everything they wanted. Power, wealth, prestige.
Oh!
And it made them lazy, America. Oh, yes, and laziness breeds stupidity. Rest assured, I will not make the mistakes of my predecessors. When John Henry Eden builds a country, he builds it to last.
Oh!
You, my daughter,
Eat your brain and
breathe of fear, terrible uncertainty. Of course you do. As President of the United States, you have my solemn pledge that I will never rest until we have what we deserve. A place to truly call home. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn, and the Enclave will be its salvation. Until we meet again, this is your President, John Henry Eden, signing off. This is President Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of America.
Whoa. It was hot in there. The ants! It was so weird. All of a sudden, the ants went nuts and started fighting each other. It was like they were totally crazy. It was really scary, but kind of cool at the same time. You know what I mean? I wish I had something to give you for all the work you did, but I never really had much to start with. I guess now you'll be on your way and I'll have to try living here by myself. Hope you'll come back and visit someday. Really? You mean it? Oh boy, thank you so much. I'll wait in my old house for you to come back. I need to bury my papa anyway. Just don't forget about me.
You're listening to Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eden, president of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart. And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eaton, straight to your heart. This generation of Americans has a rendezvous with destiny. Listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of warmth and reason in this cold, unreasonable world. Greetings again, sweet America. This is President John Henry Eaton, and I'd like to chat if you've got a moment. I've been thinking quite a bit lately about something we can all relate to, something that is unquestionably, inescapably American. I am referring, of course, to our great national pastime, baseball. Or so it had been. That's right, America. Before we were devastated by atomic war, each state had its own professional baseball team. Imagine. Perfect, cloudless day. The sun is warm and welcoming. And on the horizon, they appear like knights of yore, armed with bats of ash and hickory. Their name, the Capital Congressmen. Their purpose, to make you, dear America, revel in the joys of sport and sunshine, if only for an afternoon. Now, ask yourself this. What if the Capital Congressmen could live again? What if they could compete with baseball teams from Pennsylvania or Maryland? Put your faith in John Henry Eaton, great America, and baseball will live again. Comfort, recreation, healthy competition, all will live again. This country will live again. So remember, America, Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need is a little patience, a little faith. Till we meet again, this is President Eaton signing off. is President Eden, and it's time we have to talk. It's time to discuss something wildly important. The issue at hand is, well, my presidency. The question has been raised, I know, as to just how I came to be elected to this most illustrious office, or whether or not I had been elected at all. To that, I must answer, of course. Of course, I was elected. Sweet America. Of course. Isn't the right to vote the very foundation of a democracy? Fortunately, in the interest of national security, I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of the election. You understand? But rest assured, I am your president, because the appropriate people of this great nation decided I should be. I am your duly elected representative. Of course, when the time comes, when my term is up, America will be free to elect a new president. And that person will have our full faith and confidence and carry our collective values forward into the future. Democracy, dear America.
more games.
Democracy
Time to
now
die.
and forever. We've got apart now, you and I. But don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this great nation. You don't have to. Till next time, this is your president, John Henry Eden, signing on.
Brothers, to arms! Friendly in the enemy zone! Watch your target!
And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden. Straight.
Look, I don't know who you are, but you don't belong here. The super mutants have overrun our brothers at the Galaxy News radio building, and we're headed there to back them up. You can tag along if you want, but keep your head down and try not to do anything stupid.
More specifically, your government, dear America. The Enclave. Just who is the Enclave? Why?
Kid, out here cocky will get you killed. I've seen a super mutant strike squad like that take down 5 well-armed soldiers. But fine, next time you want to take them on yourself and buy yourself an early retirement, go right ahead.
It is me as well. As your president, it is my responsibility to preside over our great democracy. So, as your president, I am the voice,
What's the
I am the
situation?
heart and soul of the Enclave. That is to say, I am the voice,
No offense.
heart,
A little
and
business.
soul of America. But only together. Together can we hope to reach our full potential. The way we were before the war. Whole, beautiful, powerful. One Enclave, one America. Now and forever. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn, and the Enclave will be its salvation. Till we meet again, this is President Eden signing this is John Henry Eden, your president. There are some things we should talk about, if that's all right. We live in an age of poverty, greed, violence, destruction. Indeed, the very seat of the federal government, Washington, D.C., has been reduced to what is now known as the Capital Wasteland. The Capital Wasteland. How did it come to this, America? How did your leaders allow the most powerful nation on Earth to die? The answer is really quite simple. Incompetence. Incompetence at the highest echelons of power. We put our trust, our faith, in half-wits. Our intrepid leaders had everything they wanted. Power, wealth, prestige. And it made them lazy, America. Oh, yes, and laziness breeds stupidity. Rest assured, I will not make the mistakes of my predecessors. When John Henry Eden builds a country, he builds it to last. The American way. Don't you, my darling America, deserve that? Don't you deserve a future free of war and fear and terrible uncertainty?
I've got your back!
As President of the United States, you have my solemn pledge that I will never rest, until we have what we deserve. A place to truly call home. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and this great nation will be reborn. Our faith will be this is your president, John Henry Eden, signing off. And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president,
Come on,
John
Lions
Henry
Pride needs
Eden.
me, you know it.
Straight
That
to your
Citadel
heart.
guard duty is
Commerce with all nations, alliance with none, should be our motto.
Now knock that off. You're wasting ammo.
Ah, come on. We just kicked their asses.
We need to sweep the area. Those were all the uglies in D.C. You take the east side, I'll go west.
Okay.
Once we're inside, then we'll celebrate.
Now you're talking.
You're listening to Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eden, President of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart.
Let's see if they've got anything to drink.
Looks like it's all clear. Unlocking outer doors.
The look on your face says it all. You're wondering who the heck this guy is and why you should care. Well, prepare to be enlightened. I am Three Dog, jockey of discs and teller of truths, lord and master over the finest radio station to grace the wastes, Galaxy News Radio. And you, well, I know who you are. Heard about you leaving that vault, traveling the unknown, just like dear old Dad, huh? Met him already. Hey, when you're in the good fight, you gotta give it all you got and never, ever hold back. Always dazzle 'em, I always say. Always dazzle 'em and spread the word. Imagine a picture, okay? A picture of the Capital Wasteland. All that brick and rock. A whole lot of nothing, right? There's people out there trying to just barely make it from day to day. Fighting to stay alive and make something out of what they got. But then you've got all kinds of shit. Slavers, super mutants, raiders. They all want a slice of the pie too. And aim to take it by force. Well, holy shit. Aren't you a chip off the old block? You are as smart as your dad. Since you know all about this cause, no need to explain the effect. Let's get you on your way. Oh, come on. You're a spitting image of the guy. He's been here before, and now you're here. Doesn't take a genius to figure it out. You want to find your dad. It just so happens the location is known to yours truly. But if you want to know more, you're gonna have to contribute to the good fight. You want to find your dad, and it just so happens his location is known to yours truly. He was here at Galaxy News. We had a great conversation. He's a real stand-up guy. If you want to know more, you're going to have to contribute to the good fight. Good, because this isn't going to be easy. Galaxy News Radio is my baby. I love it. I feed it. I keep it changed. But there's one problem. No one outside of DC can hear her cry. You see, some brainless super mutant thought it would be funny to shoot at the shiny round thing on the Washington Monument. Yep, that shiny thing was our broadcast relay. Now it's Swiss cheese. Without it, our broadcast range is quite limited. Of course, the factory that made the relay dishes is long gone, leveled, as in, we're never gonna scavenge that part again. It is risky. I would never lie to you. But there's something behind those eyes of yours that screams, I'm the one that can get shit done. Your dad had that same look in his eyes too. That's why Three Dog's helping you. One of the Brotherhood guys that passed through here mentioned seeing a dish in one of DC's old museums. It's the dish off the old Virgo 2 lunar lander in the Museum of Technology. I want you to get it and bring it to the Washington Monument to replace the bad one. That's it. I sure know how to pick 'em. You're gonna be the best thing that ever happened to Galaxy News in a long time. If you need any more info, I'll be here waiting for you.
This is President Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of America. Sweet America, hello again?